welcome to a new video. I'm so excited to start this one because I have not done an episode of Watch a Criterion Collection with me since December. Okay, at Christmas time I watched the Alfred Hitchcock collection that Criterion came out with. I actually watched a Nicole Kidman Criterion collection in January, so after the Alfred Hitchcock one that happened at Christmas time, I did watch another one that was Nicole Kidman. Just wanted to correct that real fast. And now in the month of May I have a brand new one to share with you. So if this is your first time watching one of these videos, that's okay. I've got you. What I'm gonna do is pick a collection from the Criterion channel, which is my favorite streaming service, by the way. I will pick a collection that has recently come out. I will watch all of the movies and discuss them here in this episode. This video, whatever. For today's installment, I have decided to watch the collection titled Coastal Thrillers. I have 14 amazing films to watch, ranging from Out of the Fog from 1941 all the way to Shutter Island from 2010. We'll just take them one at a time. I will watch them, discuss them, show you little clips. At the end, maybe we'll do a ranking. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun, so stick around and watch a Criterion collection with me.
Got time to wait for a formal introduction, especially women. How long do you think a woman has got anyway? Say 15 years? You can rot in Brooklyn for the rest of your life without meeting anybody but that boyfriend of yours. What's his name? And you're not the type to rot, sister. Why? Here's $5. Hey, Muna. I'd like a deal with you. A deal? This is my deal. Clauses A, B, C, and D. Would've been a nice trip.
Okay, watch how real this slap is. Like, that was not simulated, that looked real. You saw his lips jiggle. Hey y'all, good morning, good early afternoon I should say. It is the next day. I just finished watching Out of the Fog. That is the first video, the first movie in the Coastal Thrillers collection from the Criterion. Okay, this is from 1941. It is directed by Anatoly Litvak. We have an all-star cast with Ida Lupino, who is my favorite girl. I love her story, I love her lore. Okay, actress turned female director. Her stories are amazing and her acting is so good. I love seeing her on screen. They seriously decided to mow right when I decided to film. Okay, I'm gonna talk over the mowers because I don't care. I want to talk about it. Our big baddie is played by John Garfield, who is also a pleasure to see on screen. Okay, he is the definition of a 1940s noir gangsta. Okay, I think I mispronounced her name. Apparently it's Ida Lupino. I did not know that. Okay, but she plays Stella, and her father is a fisherman in this like coastal, very smoky, foggy town. Okay, it's literally called Out of the Fog. He's a fisherman with his BFF Olaf. Okay, that's how they make money for their families. And along comes a gangstasy played by John Garfield. His name is Goff. He is a big time bully. Okay, I'm sure he's well known for going to piers across America or just like anywhere and bullying people out of their money. Okay, he bullies Ida Lupino's dad out of money. He basically just forges this IOU check for $1,000 saying that they borrowed $1,000 from Goff and now he's here to collect, so he's like, $50 a week or something like that. He keeps bullying them out of more and more money. Eventually they try to take it to authorities, okay? But Goff has almost basically forged these documents, okay? He bullied them into signing them so that when the judge eventually asks, you know, did you really sign these papers? They have to say yes, and then the contract is therefore valid. So these two fishermen decide to take matters into their own hands. They try to get rid of Goff. Whole time, he is also romancing his daughter, played by Ida Lupino, of course. She really feels akin to him because earlier on in the movie, she is with her boring worker boyfriend. He's like an auctioneer at the pier, okay? And she talks about how her life is so boring. She's so tired of having to wake up at 7, work a meaningless job, get nagged on by her mother, and then have to eat at the same restaurant with her boring boyfriend every single night, okay? But then here comes Goff, who is so full of thrills, okay? He lives life on the edge. He knows that at any point he could get arrested for any of the numerous crimes that he has committed. He scams so many people throughout his life, and like at any point something bad could happen, but he still lives his life seemingly unafraid, okay? And she eats that up. She loves that about him. So she's ready to run off into the sunset with him because he is giving her such an eventful life finally. Obviously, the moral of the story is crime doesn't pay, okay? It's 1941. I had seen this movie before. I gave it 3.5 stars before. I think I'll stick with that rating again because the vibes are there, okay? The noir, foggy ass sea vibes are there. I love a movie set on the sea. Okay, I'm gonna end this clip here because I'm getting annoyed. The next movie I have to watch is The Lady from Shanghai. This is from 1947. This will be a rewatch as well. I looked at the whole list of movies. There's only 3 movies out of the 14 on this list that I haven't seen. So there will be a lot of rewatches, which is great because I love to rewatch thriller movies, noir movies, crime movies. So the next movie will be The Lady from Shanghai, and I promise there will be no mowers in the next video. Okay, I'm actually so excited right now because I didn't know that Rita Hayworth was in this movie, and I forgot it was an Orson Welles movie as well. So this better freaking rock. I haven't seen Rita Hayworth in a minute, like years it's been.
I was not in my right mind, for God's sake.
Same girl. Orson Welles, he just really is that bitch.
Not about Blue, Michael. I tried to tell you before. He isn't really a steward.
He isn't a good one, that's sure.
He's a detective, Michael. My husband hires him to watch me. He wants to fix it so I'll never be able to divorce him.
He means we can divorce you.
I understand, Michael. He wants to cut me off without a cent.
I knew I'd find you two together. If I hadn't, Elsa, I might have gone on playing your way. You didn't know that, but you did plan for me to follow you.
Thank you.
I presume you think that if you murder me here, your sailor friend will...
Hey, okay, so I just finished watching The Lady from Shanghai. This is from 1947, directed by Orson Welles, starring Orson Welles, of course, because he doesn't know how to direct a movie without himself. That's probably not true. He probably has several, but he loves to put himself in his movies, and I love him for that, okay? Rita Hayworth is the femme fatale, you could say, in this movie. I have not seen her in a movie in so long, and it was so glorious to see her on the screen again. It makes me want to rewatch Gilda so bad. Okay, this one is, it's hard to talk about because I think that a major consensus around the whole film is that it's rather boring. I even remember feeling bored the first time I watched it, and then the final like 10 minutes of the movie ends up being the most like high profile chase. Like, it's really intriguing, and I think that Orson Welles' direction is also just so good. He has the experience to back up what he's trying to portray, and he does it so well every time, okay? He's so good at cultivating a scene and adding so much blocking. There's a scene where they're fighting in these judges' quarters that I really loved. Okay, there's literally just so much happening in every scene, and he is just an excellent master at directing, I think. Probably just because he has that experience to back it up, like I said. So we have Rita Hayworth, the most beautiful girl in the world. She's come to New York from Shanghai with her husband. She meets Orson Welles. He kind of like saves her in a moment where she's being accosted by these men who are trying to like get on her wagon and everything, and her carriage. And he saves her, he kind of befriends her, he lets her know that he is a seaman, and she kind of just like enlists his help. They gain a friendship. He meets her husband, okay, so she is married, and they start having not really an affair, but they definitely have a lot of stolen moments together. Her husband is disabled. He's also a defense attorney, so he is constantly busy with his illness and his job. So Orson Welles' character definitely takes a liking to Rita Hayworth's character, and, you know, sparks are flying. So they become friends. They get on a boat together, and on this boat they meet her husband's business partner. Okay, so her husband's name is Bannister, that's his last name, and then the business partner's name is Grisby. So Grisby comes up to Michael, who is Orson Welles' character, and he proposes a plan where Michael kills Grisby, who is the business partner of Bannister, who is married to Rita Hayworth. Once he has been killed, the insurance will pay out, so Rita Hayworth's character will get a lot of money because her husband's business partner has been dead. and he also promised Michael $5,000 out of the murder. He wants to go off the grid. He wants Michael to take the blame for it. And since he's not actually dead, the body will never be found. And so since the body will never be found, he confirms with Michael that he will not ever be convicted of manslaughter because there was no body to prove that he's actually dead. You know what I mean? Of course, this is all a plot to frame Michael for reasons I won't spoil for you because the end of the movie is very satisfying. Michael executes the plan, but things go wrong along the way, and he does get picked up for the murder of Grisby, but the way that it's going in court is not the way that they had talked about, right? Like Michael slowly starts to understand that he's going to lose this case. He's going to go to jail for the murder of this man, even though the body was never found. The courtroom scenes are really funny, okay? Like the judge kind of loses control of the courtroom several times. There's lots of people interrupting. Like it's just a big mess. And this is what I'm talking about when I say Orson Welles is a good director, because there's so much coming at all sides of the screen. There's something happening at every moment. Even when someone's talking, there's so much to be looking at in the background of these characters. There's a lot of physical humor as well, I would say. There's a moment, I mentioned this earlier, there is a moment where Orson Welles' character is fighting in the judge's quarters, and that fight was just spectacular to watch. I had so much fun watching the blocking of that. I don't want to spoil the rest of it. It's really good though, honestly. I enjoyed this watch so much more than the first time I watched it. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars the first time I watched it, and I think I'm gonna stick with that rating. I feel like 3.5 is very fair. The end of the movie is so exciting. We find ourselves in this amusement park. Okay, he finds himself in the crazy room. There's like a maze of mirrors, and the way that Orson Welles directs these scenes is just masterful. Honestly, I can't get over it. Especially for a movie in 1947, like nobody else was really doing it like this as far as I am aware. Okay, please correct me in the comments if you know of a movie that has the kind of blocking that this one did, because I would love to watch it for sure. Yeah, The Lady from Shanghai was a blast. I definitely had a fun time watching it. I did forget to mention this, but Michael does agree to the, you know, pretend murder of Grisby because he promises him $5,000 out of completing the task, and he wants to use that money to take Rita Hayworth away from her husband. Her husband is not like abusive or evil or anything, but he just believes that she deserves a better life. She's this gorgeous girl, and she's kind of being held down from like this old disabled man, you know what I mean? And he wants to give her just the grandest life, but he also doesn't have the riches to back that up. So that's part of why he agrees to the murder, to the pretend murder. He wants to whisk her away. She is such a great femme fatale in this movie. I really ate up her performance. Okay, so next I have Key Largo from 1948. This is a rewatch as well, but I don't remember it. I am excited to get to it. I am really enjoying these movies and the fact that they're all set along the coast. Okay, they're set on a boat. I love the sea. I love being near the beach. The thriller aspect of it is very intriguing. Okay, the atmosphere is very foggy and mysterious. I'm having a great time with it. So the next movie I'm going to watch is Key Largo. Let's go. Oh my gosh, this is Edward G. Robinson in it. Apparently, maybe I haven't finished it because I was like in the middle of the movie when I pressed play right now. So maybe I haven't finished Key Largo. I'll have to check my letterbox and see if there's like a review on it or a rating, but I just see Edward G. Robinson on my screen. I'm so excited. Lauren Bacall. A stacked cast.
I wrote to a letter major to St. Louis. Set on to Portland, St. Paul, and Memphis. All those places. People came back.
Not together.
Literally the love of my life. He has such good introduction scenes. Oh my god. Every time. His introduction scene is so good. What did I tell you? I remember that scene from the first time I watched it, like this movie years ago. Okay, so I did go back and fact check. I did finish this movie. I don't know why it was showing that I'd seen half of it. Maybe I watched like half of it on the TV and then I finished it on the computer or on my phone later that day. I don't know. But I remember that scene so specifically. I love the fade out to him in the bathtub, and then when he gets up, there's the lightning flash and like the thunder in the background. He's so cool. Okay, Okay, I just finished watching Key Largo. This is my favorite one so far. I gave it a 4.5-star rating the first time I ever watched it, and that rating is staying because of how great this movie is. Okay, so first of all, the cast is so amazing. We start off with Humphrey Bogart. Okay, he plays a man named Frank. He's part of the army, and he has traveled to Key Largo, right outside of Florida, to visit the family of a friend who has died in the war. He was his best friend in the army, and he has passed away, so he's there to visit his family and, you know, bring the terrible news that their son has died. Okay, so he meets Mr. Temple and he meets Nora Temple, who is played by the glorious, the most beautiful Lauren Bacall. Maybe it's Lauren Bacall, I don't know. You guys can correct me in the comments, I know you will. This is crazy too, because this is one of the few movies, I say few, they had quite a many, okay? There were a couple movies that Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall starred in together. Okay, they met when she was 19, which sickens me, and he was 44 years old, and they instantly fell in love. They were married. I believe that she was his wife until he passed. She gave him like 2 or 3 children. So they have like a whole romantic story. Okay, so when I see them in a movie together, it does freak me out. Yes, because there's what, a 25-year-old age difference between them, but you know what, sometimes that's just how love works, and I like to believe that they were really in love and that it was like a totally great relationship for both of them. I would love to read their biographies for sure to see how true that statement actually is, because I've made that all up in my head. Okay, but anyway, so he's there to visit the Temple family because their son has died, or I mean their son and brother has died, so he's there to bring the news. Okay, Nora, played by Lauren, and her father, Mr. Temple, they own a hotel that's in Key Largo, and a hurricane is coming in. Okay, so Humphrey Bogart's character kind of knows, like, okay, I might be having to stay the night here because a hurricane's coming in. I won't be able to take my boat back out. But what he doesn't know is that the only occupants of the hotel are none other than Johnny Rocco and his henchmen. Okay, Johnny Rocco is like the biggest, baddest gangster that America has ever seen. Okay, I believe that he's Italian. He came from Italy, or like his parents may be Italian. He's a gangster, okay, and a certified gangster. And he is wanted throughout America, okay? But he has found his way to Key Largo with his henchmen. They're posted up there for the night as well because the hurricane's coming in. We just have this tension-filled movie set on the coast, set in Key Largo while a hurricane is going on. Johnny Rocco is played by the effervescent Edward G. Robinson, who I love. Okay, when I see that in 1940s and 1950s noir is starring Edward G. Robinson, I know I'm in for a good time. Okay, he plays a wonderful bad guy. He plays a wonderful crazy man. He even plays a wonderful romantic sniveling man, okay, yearning after a woman, femme fatale, who doesn't want him at all. I love seeing Edward G. Robinson on the screen, and this movie has one of his greatest entrants of all time. Okay, he's in the bath, he's smoking a cigar, he gets out of the bath, and behind him you can hear the thunder rolling behind him. You can see the lightning through the screen. Oh my god, it gives me chills. I love his entrance in this movie so much. Another great standout for this movie is Henry Lewis, who plays Toots. Okay, he's not even Johnny Rocco's right-hand man. I would say he's more of his left-hand man. Okay, I think Curly kind of takes the right-hand man title in this movie, but Toots is great because Harry Lewis, he's so memorable. His face is so memorable. And all these noirs I've seen, because if you don't know this about me, okay, 1940s noir is my favorite genre and type of film to watch. I eat those movies up every time. I love Noirvember, which is where you watch a noir every day in the month of November. And I plan on having a really cool video set out for you guys in November to commemorate how much I love noir. I'm super excited to make that video. But that aside, okay, Harry Lewis, I've seen him in so many movies. He is such a gangster looking guy. Okay, he's got such an evil streak look about his face. And he plays a great left-hand man to Edward G. Robinson's Johnny Rocco. Basically, everyone in this movie is kind of being held hostage a little bit, including the bad guys, okay, because there's this hurricane going around on the coast. They can't leave the hotel. There's so much stress. And you know, I think a lot of the stress stems and continues to perpetuate from the character Gay Dawn, who is played by Claire Trevor. Okay, she honestly was the most underrated character of this whole movie. She low-key saves this movie at the end too, which is crazy. She totally ends up being the hero of the story, which I loved, okay? She's kind of like an old lover of Johnny Rocco's. Okay, she's kind of like this girl that he picked up. She was singing in a bar and he kind of picked her up, and she's been under his thumb ever since. Okay, she's very scared of him. She has completely become an alcoholic due to her really tumultuous relationship with Johnny Rocco. He just continues to prove throughout this movie how much power he has over her and how just devastating her life is since meeting Johnny Rocco. And her character and her character's story kind of serve as like a warning tale, a caution tale to what happens if you adhere to Johnny Rocco, okay? If you don't stand up for yourself against Johnny Rocco, her story could happen to you, all right? Even though she does end up being the hero of the story, in my opinion, oh my god, this movie's so good, you guys. Like I said, I gave it a 4.5 star before. That rating is absolutely staying. I wonder actually if this movie is even on the Criterion Collection, like to own physically on Blu-ray, because if it is, I need to purchase it. Key Largo has been the best so far. It's from 1948. I ate it up. I loved it so much. I love the characters. I love all this underlying knowledge I have, knowing that Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall were like already together by the time this movie came out while they were filming it. I love that. She ends up being honestly kind of a forgotten character in the movie. Like if you aren't completely infatuated by how gorgeous she is, she will be like an off character in the background. Like you don't even remember her when this movie's going on, probably because Claire Trevor's character is just she's the memorable woman in this movie, honestly. But Edward G. Robinson as Johnny Rocco, just such an iconic character, such an iconic actor. I forgot he was in this movie, and I love his entrance so much. I love the movie so much. I had such a great time watching it. I'm totally just repeating myself at this point. So let's get into the next movie, which is going to be The Breaking Point. This is from 1950. We are entering the 1950s decade when it comes to coastal thrillers. I'm really excited to get into it. Apparently I have seen this one before. I have not read a synopsis. I don't know who stars in it. I don't know what to expect. I don't remember it based off of the title, but I'm excited to get into it, and I will catch you back with another update for the next movie in this Criterion Collection.
Fragile, maybe. You have to hold it gently. Then anything worth having should be held gently.
It wouldn't do for me then. I hold on tight to what I have.
Do you like it?
It's awful. What did you do that for? Really, Mother will be the laughing stock. The absolute laughing stock.
Honestly, it should be a crime to go from the absolutely thrilling ride that Key Largo was to the boring melodrama that The Breaking Point is, because I'm not having a good time. I've got 5 minutes left and I'm so ready for this movie to be over. I'm not enjoying it. I'm sorry. All right, guys, I finished watching The Breaking Point. This is from 1950. This is the film in this coastal thriller series, Coastal Thrillers collection that has rounded out the 1940s and the 1950s decade. Okay, I did not like this one. I think, I've meant to check. I think I gave it a 3-star rating before when I watched it the first time. I'm lowering that to a 2.5 because I did not enjoy this movie at all. Basically, it's about a man. It stars Harry Garfield. Let me double check that. No, excuse me, John Garfield. John Garfield, okay, is the star of this. He is a noir baby. Okay, I've seen him in so many movies before. And his performance is definitely great. He always gives a great performance, but this movie just like drug, okay? Basically, he gets somewhat conned, okay, blackmailed into helping these gangs, okay, these crooks who are like trying to pull these heists, okay, he like helps them get away. He's like the getaway driver, okay, he drives the boat that helps them get away. He just basically gets blackmailed into this whole thing. And the whole movie, I'm literally so bored. There's like a whole drama between his wife and this girl that she sees him with one day. Okay, the girl that she sees him with is blonde and the wife is brunette, and she's like, I gotta dye my hair. My husband might be falling in love with another woman. Girl, at that point, just let him, okay? At that point, you know that he's not good enough for you. Don't dye your hair blonde just because the other girl has blonde hair. And her kids make fun of her for it. It's literally so sad. The end of the movie is literally the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, the close-up on that little boy, let me go cry in my pillow right now. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I would say this is one to skip, I won't lie. But yeah, I found it not entertaining, and I'm really excited to get into the next one because we are entering the 1970s decade. Okay, the next movie I have to watch is The Long Goodbye. This is from Robert Altman. I've seen this movie before and it rocks. Okay, I believe I gave it a 4-star rating, and I was honestly so excited to go into it that I already started it. I'm literally like 20 minutes into it, and I had to come and film this real fast because I was like, ah, shoot, I didn't film for the other movie, The Breaking Point. The Long Goodbye is amazing. From what I remember, it's about a detective who is called to help someone's, like, they're trying to discover the mystery of like their wife missing, or maybe their wife was murdered. I don't quite remember. But the movie stars Elliot Gould, and I'm obsessed with him. Okay, his little mini dialogues. Okay, he will talk to himself. A lot of the movie is kind of just always like muttering to himself about something that's going on, and I love it. I eat it up every time. Okay, like I said, I'm 20 minutes in. I'm absolutely loving the rewatch of The Long Goodbye. I'm gonna go finish it. I'm gonna film a couple cute little funny clips to put in here, and then I'll catch you back once I'm done with The Long Goodbye.
So long goodbye. And it
Okay, honestly, the perfect way to start a movie.
Curry Brand, C-O-U-R.
Oh, we're all in that.
Curry
Why
Brand.
don't you get this, mister? All this shit is the same anyway.
Oh yeah, you don't happen to have a cat by any chance?
What do
do
I
you?
need a cat for? I got a girl.
Got him.
He's got a girl and I got a cat. You got any cotton candy? Right profile. Right profile. Is there a merry-go-round around here?
The long goodbye. The long goodbye. Okay, that's the best I'm gonna do for that movie. Okay, anyways, I finished watching The Long Goodbye from Robert Altman, starring Elliot Gould. I loved this movie. Okay, when I first watched it, I gave it 4 stars. The rewatch upheld. It did not raise the rating, but it definitely did not lower the rating either. Okay, this is a movie about a man. He's a PI. He's a private detective. And one day, early in the morning, 3 a.m., okay, his buddy comes a knocking. He's like, hey, I need you to drive me to the airport. Everything's cool. I just need to ride to the airport, buddy. The next day, police officers come to his house and they're like, hey, you know your friend? Well, his wife is dead. Where's his friend? Where's your friend? Like, where is he? We know he came here. Where did you take him? And he's pleading the fifth. Okay, Elliot Gould, he knows how to deal with coppers. He's like, I'm not saying nothing. He's trolling them the whole time. They book him. They let him out because he's not accessory to this as of now. Okay, along the way he keeps doing his job. Okay, there's a lady whose husband is missing. He's not necessarily missing, he's just kind of going to like a what's it called, like a rehab, and she's like, where is my husband? I don't know where he is. I need you to find my husband. That ties into the story somehow. Okay, so we're just trying to find out what is going on because his best friend is missing. They're saying that he's dead, but is he really? And also, was his wife actually murdered by him? So there's like a whole mystery here that we have to uncover. I had a great time with it. Okay, there's so many cool moments in this movie, and they all revolve around Elliot Gould because he's kind of just the coolest cat who ever catted, if you know what I mean. Okay, he's constantly having these little talks to himself, these little soliloquies. Okay, he's always muttering under his breath. He's too smart for everyone else around him. Okay, he has no respect for authority, it seems. He's just a cool ass dude. Okay, and the movie came out in 1970, so I imagine it was filmed like 1968, 1969. Okay, the turn of the decade. And I think that this movie is a really cool experience of the turn of that decade, of the 1970s. One way that this proves true, in my eyes at least, okay, so he lives next door to a bunch of girls who, they're kind of like influencers, honestly. Like their job, they have like a fake job. Okay, that's what they talk about. They live their life. They are definitely hippies. They smoke grass all day. They hang out at their house all day. They do yoga. They walk around half naked. And there are many people who come to our main character's home and who are infatuated with these girls. They're like, oh my god, like you live next to this, you live next to these half naked girls who are just like stoned out of their mind all day long. Like that's crazy. So many people feel negative about it, where they're just like, oh my god, who are these people? It's crazy what this world is coming to. And then there's men who like admire him for it. They're like, oh my god, you get to look at this every day, kind of thing. That is so funny because it's so indicative of like this turn of the decade that I keep talking about. Okay, because while hippies were a thing before 1970s, there's just such a distinct difference between the way that they were seen and perceived in like the early 70s as opposed to like the mid to late 70s, right? Because by 1975, if you saw a girl without a shirt on who looked like a hippie, you'd be like, oh, another one of them hippies. It's just not news by 1975. These are not a new and notable trend. Like, it's just, they've been around forever. So much has already happened with the hippies. So it's like really interesting to see that in this turn of a decade kind of movie. Okay, anyways, I had fun with it. The next movie from, oh, actually this movie's from 1973. I thought it came out in 1970. Anyways, okay. The next movie that I have to watch in this video is going to be The Deep from 1977. This will round out the 1970s decade. I think that this is so cool. They nearly have 2 movies for every decade with these coastal thrillers. I love watching progression in film, like chronologically, like through the years, you know what I mean? So like I have 2 movies from 1970, I've got 2 movies from 1980, 2 movies from 1990, 2 movies from the 2000s, and then 2 movies from 2010. So there's just going to be a really cool progression in seeing these coastal thrillers. The next one is The Deep. I have seen this movie before. I won't lie, I did not like it. I think I gave it like a 3-star rating. I don't see myself enjoying it anymore because I remember it really vividly. I saw it like, I don't know, maybe a year ago. Yeah, I wonder if it'll uphold. I wonder if I'll feel any more positively about the film, but I guess we'll see. Let's go watch The Deep. I'm absolutely obsessed with this girl not wearing a swimsuit top, like literally going deep sea diving in just a t-shirt. She's so me for that.
Ships that went down in that period of time. King Philip's fleet in 1750. Ping pong. Now that's fantastic because it's 30 million and gold.
Okay. I'm gonna play tennis with a pro.
Got him. Okay, yes, I'm on the treadmill. Literally a dead cat on screen. Like, this movie wants me to hate it, right? Like, it accurately, like, we can agree this movie wants me to hate it so bad because of that. Hey y'all, I hated The Deep so much that I'm not even gonna put makeup on for this clip, okay? So The Deep, I've watched it before. I believe I gave it a 1.5 star. I'm sticking with that rating, okay? This movie is so severely boring. I wish I could have skipped it. Honestly, I do. We have these treasure hunters, okay? They're deep sea divers. They come across this conspiracy that there are jewels in the water, in the ocean, okay? So they try to, you know, they dive to try to find them. They do find some of them, but they don't find the big jewel, okay? There's these bad guys that are after the same jewels, but they want them to do all the work for them, right? The bad guys basically try to strong arm them into going down to get the jewels and then give them the jewels, okay? They try to scare them into adhering to what they want, everything. It was just such a boring movie, like, honestly. Even the dialogue was so boring.
I'll expect them in 2 days. No, I shall need at least 4. They seem to have settled on 3.
Riveting. Yeah, I didn't have fun with it. There was a lot of marine life. Okay, there's like cool shots of sharks and everything because there's like a moment where some people are throwing, I guess it's the bad guys, they're throwing meat out into the water so that the sharks all come around and then mess up the deep sea divers plan down below. I don't know. Really, guys, I don't know. I don't think the movie was good. Honestly, the marine life of it all was the best part of the movie. The stakes were high, but they were so unbelievable. It had terrible fight choreography as well. Like, it was just honestly a badly made movie. I won't lie. I'm sorry. I didn't enjoy it. But I am excited to get into the next movie because we are entering the 1980s decade with The Fog from John Carpenter. I have seen this movie before. I don't remember it. I don't remember it at all. I think I gave it a 3.5 star. We'll see how good it is. I'm so excited to get into it. So that's the next one we're watching for the Coastal Thrillers. Watch Criterion Collection with me vlog video.
Gone.
I think I'll go to Vancouver now.
Get inside and lock your doors. Close close your windows. There's something in the fog.
Hey y'all, okay, I just finished watching The Fog from John Carpenter. I forgot how much I love his movies. Like, I immediately wanted to go watch Halloween after finishing this one. Okay, it is from 1980, so I believe that's the year after Halloween came out, which is kind of iconic because this one stars Jamie Lee Curtis as well. So this movie is really good. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed the rewatch a lot. So we have what is it? Antonio Bay. Oh my god, I can't say that. San Antonio Bay. Okay, Antonio Bay, California. That is the setting of our movie here. All right, they are about to celebrate their 100 years of like being a town. Okay, we have lots of different characters. We have a hitchhiker who gets picked up by a truck. They end up like falling in love. We have a woman who owns the radio station, like the local radio station. She's there all night to give information for those men that are out on the coast, those men that are out on the boat. Okay, you know, there's a fog coming in, there's rain coming in, puts on music, you know, she keeps them entertained while they're doing their job, right? We have a little boy. We also have a priest, and the priest finds a journal. It actually falls out of the church, like he's there at the church, and it falls out of like a piece of stone that's like up on the wall, and within that he finds that it is his grandfather's journal, who 100 years ago, when the town was formed, he finds out that his grandfather and some other people from the town committed an egregious crime in order to take the city for themselves, like to take the bay for themselves. And he finds this journal shortly after midnight. Shortly after midnight, there are a lot of things that are happening in the town. Okay, car alarms are going off, the lights are going out, glass everywhere is exploding. Okay, you have a clock, it's exploded, all right? That is considered the witching hour in this movie, which the witching hour is 3 a.m. Like, we all know that, right? So I don't know, whatever. He tried to change the narrative by saying that the witching hour is between 12 and 1 a.m. But anyway, for this movie, that was the witching hour, okay? Because a lot of crazy things happened after midnight. And after midnight, it signified the official anniversary of the 100 years of this being a town, okay? So they're ready for like this big celebration. However, as the day goes on, more crazy things are happening. Once night hits, a fog has started to roll into the town, okay? And this is a very, very heavy fog, a very dense fog, and a very beautiful looking fog, if I do say so myself. John Carpenter's effects they were nice here. I enjoyed them. Suddenly, these creatures start popping up in the fog. Okay, we don't know what they are. Are they dead? Are they alive? I don't know. Are they just ghosts? Do they, like, should we actually be scared, guys? You know? I had so much fun with this movie, you guys. I can't even explain it up until, like, the final minute even. Like, the final minute of the movie is so great. The final shot is so fun with the priest. I had a great time. I felt like I was watching a good scary movie. I felt like a kid watching a scary movie on Halloween night. Like I said, I literally wanted to go watch Halloween afterwards. And I don't know if that's just, like, the John Carpenter effect of it all, but I had a great time. I loved the characters, the scares were good, the screams were good. We had some good scream queens here, and I like how a lot of the characters' stories are interwoven, okay? Like the hitchhiker and the man with the truck, they end up helping out the son of the lady who owns the radio station. She's there to keep everyone updated on the fog and where the fog is going. Okay, the fog's coming, stay inside, because they know that crazy things have been happening once the fog rolls in. And it's basically like a ghost revenge story to get revenge 100 years after this egregious crime that happened against these people. And I had a great time with it, okay? I really enjoyed this movie. The next movie we have on the agenda for today for the 1980s decade is Body Heat from 1981. And I'm not excited for this one because I have seen it before, and I know it has to do with like a murder, a husband's trying to murder his wife, or he's trying to cover up a murder, but something like that. Something like it's a marital murder story, okay? It feels like a noir, and I believe I watched it thinking that it was a noir, or like being told it was a noir in a way, like a later noir. Neo-noir, is that the right word? I don't know. I don't remember enjoying it very well, so I hope that this rewatch will change my mind about that. Maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more. I also remember it being the sweatiest movie of all time. Okay, Challengers definitely took a leaf out of the book for Body Heat, because I mean, it's literally called Body Heat. Like, it's about sweaty people, sweaty ass people. Anyway, I'm excited to get into it, so let's go watch Body Heat.
Stand there with me if you want, but you'll have to agree not to talk about the heat.
I'm a married woman.
Meaning what?
meaning I'm not looking for company.
You should have said I'm a happily married woman.
That's my business.
What?
How happy I am.
Guys, is this just Double Indemnity? Like, is this just a remake of Double Indemnity?
Hey, lady, you wanna fuck?
Gee, I don't know.
His face. Okay, I woke up before work to finish Body Heat because I didn't get to last night. So if it looks like I just rolled out of bed, I did. This movie is so much better than I remembered it. It is not at all how I remembered it. Okay, I was so pleasantly surprised. Okay, first of all, confirmed, it is the sweatiest movie of all time. The sweatiest movie of the 80s, I would dare to say. We have William Hurt with a porn stash. We have Kathleen Turner, who I just recently saw in Serial Mom. Loved her in that. And then we have the most handsome Ted Danson. Oh my god. Okay, so this story, I love it. This is my favorite kind of story. Okay, this felt like a 1940s noir, but like so much more elevated. Okay, we are set in Florida. It's the hottest summer of the year. Okay, William Hurt plays a lawyer, and early on, one of his attorney friends mentions how the heat brings out the killers. Okay, like the heat brings people to kill, which is a true fact. Okay, a lot more murders happen on the hottest days of the year because the heat makes people go crazy. And I think that's such like a great concept for a movie or a book or anything, like the heat making people, yeah, I just love that. Okay, like summer horror is like my favorite subgenre of, yeah, okay, anyway, so we have William's character and he meets Kathleen's character. Okay, her name is Maddie, and they fall in love really quickly. She tells him, look, I am married, but I have a terrible husband. Okay, he's mean and he's small and he's rude. She's definitely not satisfied by him, and William definitely satisfies her. Okay, they fall in love with each other. They really do. They start this affair. As time goes on, William realizes, I can't live without her. Like, I am in love with her, okay? And I want to take her away from this evil man who's her husband, right? They do end up meeting at some point, and her husband is just like, he can just tell, like, he's just like, this guy's bad news, right? So they hatch a plan to kill her husband so that they can be together forever. But of course it doesn't go the way that he wants it to go, okay? He's the main character. Maddie, Kathleen Turner, is the femme fatale of the movie. I loved it so much, you guys. Like, it was exactly what I wanted to watch. I apparently gave it a 3.5 star rating the first time I watched it. I will be upping that rating. At first I was thinking a 4, and now I'm thinking what's stopping me from giving it a 4.5, because it truly is just the kind of movie that I love to watch. It's sexy, it's seductive, there's a plot of murder. Is she on his side? Is she not on his side? I can't like gush about it enough. I really had so much fun watching this movie. And the next movie I have to watch, so we are finished with the 1980s decade. We are entering the 1990s decade, which I'm super excited about because we have Copycat, which I've never seen. Oh, who did I see? I think this stars Sigourney Weaver. I can't remember the rest of the cast, but I'll definitely talk about it in the recap I give you guys. And then the next movie from the 1990s decade is Wild Things. I love that movie. Okay, that is like the definition of a good garbage movie, and I'm so excited to rewatch that one. I've been dying to rewatch it literally since the moment I finished watching it like a year ago when I first saw it. But yeah, I'm excited to get into Copycat because it's the first new movie of this watching vlog, and we're nearing the end. Okay, I'm over the halfway point of the movies I have to watch. I've only got like 5 or 6 left now. This one has been so good. I've really enjoyed all the movies I've seen. It's Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter's also in this movie.
Are you hungry? Because I'm starving.
Aren't you going to answer that?
No, it's probably not important.
I'm sure she thinks it is.
How about Moroccan? You like the couscous?
Don't you want to know which one it is?
Hello?
Hello?
No kidding. You must have mental telepathy.
Hey y'all, I just finished watching Copycat. I feel kind of mid about this. I think that the story is really unique. Okay, like it's a story that we've always thought of, like true crime girlies, we've always thought of the story. It's about a serial killer who is copying other serial killers. So he wants to become famous and he's copying the greats, okay? So we have Sigourney Weaver's character. She is kind of like a professor or like really knowledgeable person in serial killers. Okay, she's wrote books. She knows a lot of facts about serial killers. Okay, she's out there talking in college campuses. Maybe she's a professor. Like, I really don't remember what her exact profession is, but she is teaching a seminar on serial killers, and she goes to the bathroom at the end of the seminar, and there's a man in there who has basically created this trap for her. He wants to kill her, okay? He wants to become famous. He wants to become a serial killer himself, and so he tries to kill her. She does survive, and this man is taken off to jail. After this incident, she becomes agoraphobic, okay? She can't leave her house. She's a very nervous, scared person. She wakes up from like a panic attack or she wakes up from a nightmare and starts having a panic attack. And she goes to a chat room, like kind of like a Survivors Anonymous chat room. Even though it's not really anonymous, she does use her name, but it's so 90s, okay? Like we're so in the 90s era, okay? We're so in the 90s decade with computers and chat rooms. Like before the internet like really blew up, okay, there were just, all it was just a bunch of chat rooms basically. A couple of websites, couple of blogs, and a bunch of chat rooms. And so she goes to the chat room, you know, to calm herself down and everything. Well, after that enters my favorite characters. Okay, we have Holly Hunter and Dermot Mulroney, which is the craziest name ever. I had to fact check that that is his name, Dermot Mulroney. He's so fine, and so is Holly. Oh my god, this movie was just hot overall, okay? I have such a crush on Holly Hunter. Like, I feel like I've loved her my entire life. I love that woman. I love her voice so much. I can't get over it. Holly Hunter is just a great actress too. Like, don't get me wrong, she's a great actress, but I'm infatuated with her, and I'm also infatuated with Dermot. So it was just a great movie for, like, you know, hotness factor, okay? There have been a lot of murders happening in the area of the police, okay? Holly and Dermot, they come to an understanding, a knowledge, okay, that there is a man who is copying serial killers. So he's going down a list of like the most popular serial killers and recreating the kind of crime that they would have created or that they had created in the past. Okay, so he's a copycat. Literally, the movie's called Copycat. Who would have thought? They team up with Sigourney Weaver because I believe that she's the one who brings it to their attention. She's like, this man is copying all these serial killers. I'm the one who has all the knowledge, and you guys should listen to me. In the end, the serial killer starts to come after Sigourney Weaver. Okay, we kind of find out that that was his plan all along, was to copy the murder that tried to happen to her earlier on in the movie. Okay, the attempted murder from the guy who's in jail now. He's attempting to recreate that murder for her. Overall, the idea was so good. I felt semi-bored at times, like I won't lie. I didn't love Sigourney Weaver's character. I really liked the police, the Holly Hunter and Dermot. Okay, they were entertaining and just fun to look at, okay? It was definitely thrilling. I'm trying to remember what the coastal effect of it was. Like, was this set in Florida? Was it in California? I feel like it was set in California, but I don't remember anyone like on water. I don't remember anyone on a boat. So I don't really get the coastal effect of it, but it definitely was a thriller, okay? And it was a movie I'd never seen. Out of all the movies in this video, there's only like 3, I believe, that I haven't seen, and this was one of them. So it was cool to watch a new movie, okay? Okay, confession time, because right after I finished watching Copycat, I immediately decided to finish up the 1990s decade and go right into Wild Things. This movie is so good, you guys. It cracks me up. Like, it's a joke, okay? Like, it's a funny, goofy, hee hee ha ha movie, okay? It is not only a thriller, it's an erotic thriller, which are some of my most favorite kinds of movies, okay? It is set in Florida, okay? It's set on the Gulf, okay? Swamp trash is a term that is used constantly throughout the movie. This stars Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon, Neve Campbell, Denise Richards, okay? It has a stacked cast. I loved it. It is the most plot twisty movie of all time, so much so that people think it's a joke. Like, it plays like a joke, okay? I think it plays like a 1940s noir, I won't lie. Not that I've seen a movie from the 1940s that had this many plot twists in it, but just the dialogue, the way that the movie progressed, like I just had this feeling of, oh, if this was black and white, like I could totally transport myself back to the 19th, like, you know what I mean? Okay, so this stars Matt Dillon. He has been accused of sexually assaulting a student from a student who has a crush on him, and she wanted to get with him. Assumedly, he denies her. She gets mad and calls wolf on it. Okay, there's a whole court case. They have to try to prove that he did do this crime. Neve Campbell comes out before the court case saying, yeah, he did the same thing to me too, a long time ago. So now they have 2 victims. They have 2 girls from his high school claiming this crime. Okay, I literally cannot tell you more. Like, I cannot tell you more in this movie without spoiling anything, because the plot twists happen so quickly. I loved how fast this movie was too. It flew by. Like, I had such a fun time watching it, and it's so funny because the first time I watched this movie, I gave it a 2.5 star. I think that I was just really caught up in the, oh, this is a bad movie. Like, clearly, you know, this is not like an A-list Hollywood billion-dollar blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I give it 2.5 stars, because this viewing, I'm bumping it up to 4 stars. That's how much fun I had watching it. I loved the cast. The progression, like I said, is just chef's kiss. I love the plot twist. I think it's such a fun movie, and the ending is immaculate. It is so unforgettable, that ending, okay? Because there's more plot twists that happen in the very final scene of the movie, and then at the end, the credits start rolling, and then we get so much more subtext of like scenes that happened during the movie that we weren't privy to yet, that like, you know, we understand now that seeing the plot twist and everything. Those ending scenes, those end credit scenes are so good. It made me appreciate and love the story so much more. I'm so grateful that they put those end credit scenes in, really. I don't think I have much else to say. Wild Things was great, okay? It was like one of my favorites I've seen so far. I think my favorites have been Key Largo, Body Heat, and Wild Things. All very coastal, all very thriller. And that's the point of this collection, okay? That's the point of this video. Okay, so we are entering the 2000s decade. The next movie I have to watch is The Beach. It's the first movie in this collection with Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, there is another movie at the end, the very last movie I'm going to be watching here that has Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm really excited to rewatch that one. But first, we have to watch The Beach from the year 2000. This is another rare one in this collection in this video that I've never seen before, so I'm excited to get into it. My plan today is to watch the final 4 movies in this collection. I really hope I can do that because I need to edit this video and get it sent out to you guys. Let's be reasonable and pick an attainable goal. Let's try to watch the 2000s movies that are on this list. So we have The Beach and Insomnia from Christopher Nolan, which I'm excited to rewatch because when I first watched that movie, I really didn't enjoy it, but I'm excited to rewatch it for sure. So let's go watch The Beach. Come with me, and then I'll come back here and tell you all about it. Guys, right away, this movie has snakes in it. Like, I'm literally 2 minutes and 21 seconds in, and there's so many snakes. Like, you don't know this about me. I have a really, really bad, like, phobia, fear of snakes. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm scared of them. No, like, I literally get so scared looking at them. It makes, oh my god, I can't even talk about it. Like, Tilda Swinton's in this movie?
That's the way it has to be, and that's the way it is.
What I call a lot of dope.
What's it? You want to go to the mainland to see a dentist?
Yes.
It's out of the question.
That is literally romance. Okay, I am totally enjoying the movie, by the way, but I was just doing a little research on some trivia behind this movie, The Beach, okay? This is based on the book originally wrote by Alex Garland. Like, the Alex Garland wrote this book, and then they adapted it into a movie. Wait, okay, I'm so obsessed with this internet cafe, like, year 2000 internet cafe with all these apples. I can't. It's so nostalgic. And I say that as a person who's never been inside an internet cafe in her entire life. Okay, I just finished watching The Beach. It was good, okay? I had no expectations, like I really didn't, and I think that this one's really cool because the coast that it's on, like we're in Thailand in this movie. I feel like all the movies I've seen so far, we've been in the United States, either in literally just Florida or California, and now we're finally outside the United States, and that's super cool. So this is starring Leonardo DiCaprio, okay, prime Leonardo DiCaprio. It's fine. I'm fine. He is on a solo trip to Thailand. Okay, he's literally like, I don't see the point in going on a vacation just to sit in a hotel and watch TV and like have all the amenities that you have at home. Like, I'm here to experience life, right? Like, he's living in a hostel. Like, he's just exploring Thailand. Okay, he comes upon a map. And actually, it's kind of like his neighbor in the hostel kind of gives him the map. He copies it and he meets some friends and they're like, okay, apparently there's a big weed farm on this island. If we can go to this island, we could smoke a lot of weed, okay? So he tells like friends that he's made along the way through his trip in Thailand about the map, and he ends up going to explore this island to actually follow the map with his 2 French roommates in the hostel. And it's like a trek. Okay, they have to like swim super far. It's kind of an instance of like, how far out is that island that we can see over there, because if we can't swim over there, we won't have the energy to swim back. Like, once we realize it's too far, like, this is kind of a do or die situation here. They make it to the beach, okay? They make it to the island, and it is a dope farm, okay? Like, there's weed everywhere. They're super excited for their discovery, right? But then they find out that it's heavily secured and armed by a Thailand like militia that's there, whether they're like the actual government or it's just like a group of men who are trying to keep this island away from other people. So they're literally like toting around the farm with guns and everything. And Leonardo DiCaprio and his friends are like, oh my god, what do we do? They have to like survive and get out of the island, but they can't go back. So they go to the back side of the island, and there's like this paradise there. Okay, there are a lot of people who have tried to find the same thing, who are living on the other side of the island, secretly and little by little mooching off of the weed that they have there. But the whole point of this paradise community is that it's just, they believe that they're so much better than everyone else. Like, they have all of the freedom to be as happy as they want, doing what they want on this island, right? Like, there's no rules, no one gets hurt, no one gets sick, no one has to go to work. Like, it's a bit of a hippie paradise. Okay, they all work together in this community to like come together and hunt and fish and clothe and bathe and just like take care of each other, okay? It seems like they have a leader on this beach who is played by Tilda Swinton, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character, I don't know what his name is, but he very quickly learns that there is kind of a way of life that is not to be interrupted on this beach, and once it has been interrupted, it's curtains, okay? I can't say much more without spoiling it, but I felt like the movie was fun. Like, I had a great time watching it. I never felt bored at any point. Maybe that's just the presence of Leonardo DiCaprio on my television screen. I don't know. I don't know if I have much else to say about it. It was definitely a thriller, but it only picked up at the end. I felt like the first hour and a half was just this idyllic slow burn to the climax that we get to at the end, and that made the climax at the end really worth it, because it didn't necessarily come out of nowhere, but it wasn't super expected what was going to happen at the end. I thought the performances were great. Leonardo DiCaprio, like, he's such a good actor, and like prime Leo, oh my god, like there's something about that, okay? Late 90s, early 2000s Leo needs to be studied for science, my science. Okay, next I have Insomnia. This is from Christopher Nolan. I didn't bring my laptop out here. I think it's from the year 2002. I'll correct that if that's incorrect. I don't even remember who's in it. Is it Robin Williams? I think Robin Williams is in it. I don't know who the other guy. Oh, is it Al Pacino? Is it Al Pacino or Robin Williams? I'm seeing like a picture in my head. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it and then I will catch you back with an update about that.
Halibut Calabrese, you got the halibut Olympian.
Keep going.
Halibut Cajun style.
Well, I can't wait to see what they got for dessert.
Let him move over. Hey, come on, move over. What the fuck are you doing?
Okay, this girl right here, Catherine Isabel, is in the iconic Another Cinderella Story starring Selena Gomez and Drew Seeley. She's also in the movie Ginger Snaps. I knew her somewhere. Like, she looked so recognizable. I finally looked up. It's Catherine Isabel. I love this actress. This girl right here. All right, so Insomnia almost put me to sleep. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie. I do think it's probably Christopher Nolan's weakest, but that's just because his whole filmography is that good. Like, doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad movie, okay? So we have Al Pacino. He is on the way to Alaska with his detective, his partner, okay? He's a police officer, he's a detective, and he is going to Alaska to help investigate the crime of a teenage girl who was murdered, okay? I don't exactly remember why they need his help specifically. Maybe he's just that good and they were just like, oh, we got to bring the best in. So he's like on a helicopter ride to this really, really remote town in Alaska. I loved the imagery. Like, it solidified, this viewing solidified my need to go visit Alaska, to go see the mountains and the waters and the rivers and the lakes and the streams in Alaska. The waterfalls, oh my gosh, like everything is so beautiful there. So anyways, his help has been asked for the investigation of this girl's murder, okay? They're starting to uncover evidence and they find the girl's book bag and they decide to play a trick on the murderer by emptying everything in her book bag, filling it back up with books, putting it back where they found it, and then putting out a newscast, like a news report saying, we are looking for her backpack, this is what her backpack looks like, hoping that the murderer will go to the scene of the crime to either find the backpack, to move the backpack, to turn in the backpack, act like a good guy. Like, I don't know, it was a good plan, okay? And so what they did was they put the backpack in the abandoned house that they found it in, and then they're all posted up behind the house with like guns, like waiting for someone to show up, right? Someone does show up and they start to follow him, trying to be stealthy about it, but then this alarm goes off and their cover's blown. Okay, so now they're kind of chasing this man and there's all these detectives going around the house. There's like secret tunnels within the house, so they're just trying to find him, trying to figure out where he went. Al Pacino's character believes that he's coming up on the guy that they're looking for. Okay, his back is turned to him. It's very foggy, he can't see very well, and he ends up shooting the guy who he thinks is the bad guy, but it turns out the guy was his partner, okay? He comes up on the partner, he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do this. And the partner's like, why would you shoot me? Why would you do this? Because he doesn't obviously want to be blamed for this murder, he decides to yell out, you know, man down, officer down, and he describes to the police chief that he heard 2 shots and then he ran and found the detective lying dead. So he's trying to pin this cop murder on the bad guy that they were running after, right? The whole movie, Al Pacino is unable to sleep, okay? Hence the title, okay? Who would have thought? It's set in Alaska. It's set in the summer in Alaska. Yeah, I believe it's the summer in Alaska where the sun hardly ever goes down. Like the sun, it'll go down, sure, but it'll still be extremely bright. So he's unable to sleep, okay? The blackout curtains aren't doing it for him in his hotel room. He has been up for 6 days, okay? The movie lasts 6 days long and he does not sleep a wink throughout those 6 days. He is obviously battling the guilt and fear that he has for the fact that he did kill his partner. He can't sleep because of the sun. And he's also got this high profile case where now the murderer has been in contact with him. The murderer starts to blackmail him. He's like, hey, I saw what you did. I saw you kill your partner. And I'm going to tell everyone if you find me and decide to turn me in for this girl's murder. The murderer tries to lump them both together. You know, he says, us, we did this, we are like this, blah, blah, blah. And that's just like pissing Al Pacino off, okay? He's like, there is no us. You're a murderer. And he's like, well, aren't you? I definitely thought the movie was entertaining. Like my eyes were glued to the screen the whole time. And this is a rewatch. I appreciated and really enjoyed the rewatch a lot more than my first viewing. The first time I saw this, I kind of felt and suffered. I wanted it to be over. But this one, I actually really did truly enjoy it. Hilary Swank plays an up-and-coming young excited cop and I really liked her performance. I don't think there's anything else I have to say about it. Like, did what it said on the tin. Okay, it's about an insomniac. He's trying to solve a murder. He murders his partner. It's set in Alaska. It's beautiful. Okay, and I love the setting. I know I'm going back to the setting, but because again, these are coastal thrillers. Okay, this was on the coast of Alaska. So there's just all this gorgeous water and mountain imagery around. Like, I loved it. Okay, I'm so glad we got out of Florida. I'm so glad we're out of Florida for this one. Okay, the next movie I have to watch, guys. I am not excited about this one at all. Because we finished the 2000s decade. We finished the 2000s decade. We have 2 movies left in this collection. We are in the 2010s decade. Both of the final movies came out in the year 2010. And we are going to finish it off with a banger. Okay, Shutter Island is a great way to send off the video, a great way to send off the collection, and I'm excited to get into it. But before that, yeah, Pancake, I know I'm pissed too. I have to watch Ghost Rider, directed by Roman Polanski. I know, I'm so sorry, Roman. I know, I don't want to do it, okay? I have seen 4 of his movies, I think. I didn't like any of them except for Rosemary's Baby. Like, don't ever Listen, the only reason why Rosemary's Baby works so well, despite the disgusting director that's attached to it, is because he did not know that if you are making a book to movie adaptation, that you are allowed to change things. He thought that the only way that Hollywood would allow a book to movie adaptation is if you followed the book to a T. So that is sincerely, like, that's why I don't attribute the genius of Rosemary's Baby to Roman, because he doesn't deserve it, because he's garbage and I hate him, and he didn't make the movie, okay? The author of the book made the movie. This one right here. We can attribute the success of the movie Rosemary's Baby to the book Rosemary's Baby, because the director didn't know that you could shy away from the material that is in the original adaptation, okay? I guess adaptation is not the right word, but you know, the original work, okay? So I'm not excited for this next one at all. Like, I truly intend on being on my phone for half the runtime. I'm just kidding. But really though, I'm not excited for it at all. I am super excited to get through it, because then we can watch Shutter Island and I can look at Leonardo DiCaprio for another 2.5 hours. Yeah, anyway, that's it. Okay, so that was Insomnia. I'm gonna go watch Ghost Rider, gag me with a spoon, and then I'm gonna watch Shutter Island, and I will catch you back with the next update.
You wouldn't happen to know if there are any flights leaving the airport tonight, would you?
Not unless you've got your own private jet.
Oh, I lent it to my butler.
You Brits.
Okay, good morning. It's early the next morning. I just finished watching The Ghost Rider. This is how little I care about it. I have not showered or brushed my hair. That's how little I don't care to look presentable talking about this movie, because I hated it. I watched Captain America Brave New World last night. That was somehow better than this. That's how bad this movie was. And of course it has everything to do with the fact that it's directed by Roman. Okay, so literally, if I were to not give you a spoilery review of this movie, it would be summed up in one sentence. A ghostwriter has been asked to write a biography for a former prime minister, and weird things happen along the way, even though they're not that weird, and it's incredibly boring. Okay, that would be the non-spoilery review. So, because I don't respect Roman, I'm going to spoil this movie for you. If you don't want to know what happens in this movie, if you've never seen Ghost Rider from Roman and you would rather watch it on your own, don't watch this review. Okay, skip to the next movie, skip to Shutter Island. I'm not going to spoil that one. That one's great. But for those who don't want to spend their time watching this movie, girl, I get it. I don't blame you. Okay, so let me just tell you everything that happens in it instead. I have Wikipedia pulled up here just in case I'm forgetting parts of the plot, even though, like, what plot was there? Seriously. There is so much politics in this. Okay, like, it went over my head, I won't lie. Okay, so the movie starts out, Ian McGregor. He is a ghostwriter. He has been asked to help the prime minister, a former prime minister played by Pierce Brosnan, in writing his autobiography. The autobiography has already been written for the most part. The ghostwriter before him turned up in a mysterious drowning accident, okay? So the last ghostwriter is dead. Ian McGregor is the new ghostwriter. He's an unnamed character. He's just called Ghostwriter the Ghost, okay? And this prime minister, okay, his name is Lang. Adam Lang. He's kind of hiding in America. Okay, it's set in Massachusetts off the coast, and the setting is really nice. That is the one thing about the movie I think that I liked, is that the setting, it's very gray and dreary. It's right off the water, but it's also very bright. Okay, the house that they live in has a lot of these big windows, so like it feels like a very bright movie, but it is very foggy and a little dreary. Okay, so this prime minister, I'm gonna read right off of here. He has been accused of authorizing the extraordinary rendition of suspected terrorists. Okay, so I think that has to do with like the war on terror. I was really young when that happened, so I don't really know what happened there. But this fictional man was accused of aiding and abetting the moving of terrorists from state to state, okay? He's facing prosecution by the international court unless he stays in the United States. So that's kind of why this British prime minister is holed up in Massachusetts right now, okay? There are a lot of anti-war protesters that are sat outside the house, a lot of people yelling, and it feels clear that the prime minister is very out of touch with everything, okay? He goes to the protesters and he's just like smiling. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? Like, they hate you, they want you dead, okay? While the ghostwriter is in this house, in this room, he's finding things in the rooms, okay? He finds an envelope like underneath a drawer on his like cabinet in his chest of drawers, okay? He finds a little envelope, he opens it up. There's these pictures of the prime minister back in college with his old friends from college and his wife, who he swears that he met his wife after college, but it's clear he met her during college, okay? So there's already lies happening. He talks with some locals. They basically confirm that the death of the last ghostwriter, okay, the drowning, was very mysterious. They're like, oh, there's no way, with the way that the wind was that night, trust me, I've lived here my whole life, like there's no way that this drowning was an accident. All right, so the ghostwriter, he's feeling a little sus right now. At one point, the ghost takes the old ghostwriter's car. It was like the guest car, okay? So it was the car that the old ghostwriter would drive. He took it and there was like a pre-programmed destination in the car, and he was like, all right, fine, let's go. He follows the pre-programmed directions and they end up at Professor Paul Emmett's house, who was like an old friend of the Prime Minister's back in college. Like literally there's so much that happens and I'm just like, there's no relevant, like there was relevancy, but like, oh my god, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, this movie was so insufferable. I was so bored. Because he goes to this professor's house and he's like, oh, I wasn't friends with this guy. And then the ghostwriter is like, yeah, well then why are there these pictures of you with him? And he's like, oh, I guess, you know, we were in the same clubs. And he's like, okay. And then they move on with their life. People are following him when he's going on his way home, so he doesn't go back to the house. He decides to stay at a hotel to like, you know, lose the people that were following him. He talks with this former British secretary who was the guy that originally accused the Prime Minister of all these illegal acts that he did during his help with the war on terror. And this guy claims that the old ghostwriter had found new evidence, which he wrote in the beginning of the manuscript. So that's like the clue that is given to the ghostwriter. Okay, we've gone this whole movie, we've gone like an hour and a half to finally get a clue that leads to the reason why the old ghostwriter was dead. Okay, he was found drowned accidentally, whatever that means. The ghost goes back through the old manuscript. He can't find anything at the beginning of the manuscript. It doesn't make any sense to him. He's not figuring the clues out, okay? The ghost gets picked up by the Prime Minister and his team. They're like, hey, where are you at? We're going on our private plane. We're coming to pick you up, blah, blah, blah. They get off the plane and there's an assassination from a bereaved father whose son died during these illegal wars that the Prime Minister helped with. So he's been very angry. He's been one of the protesters from the beginning of the movie. We see him multiple times throughout the movie. He's like on top of a building and he shoots him, okay? And then the killer is shot. The Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, is dead, okay? So now the autobiography is going to become a posthumous autobiography because the ghostwriter is still going to write it. He's still going to finish the work he's been working on. Okay, now we get to the end of the movie. We're at the book launch, okay, the book party launch, and the ghostwriter has been invited. He finds out that the professor that he went to see earlier, where the pre-programmed destination was put into the car from the old ghostwriter, that professor was the wife's tutor. Okay, we haven't talked about the wife a lot. There's one point where she sleeps with the ghostwriter. She breaks down to the ghostwriter. She wants to divorce her husband. She has a big role in the movie, but she's just sus the entire time. Like, you can just tell she's got something to do with everything, okay? He finds out that this professor was her tutor back at school, so they knew each other. The ghost remembers the clue that was given about how the old ghostwriter had put a clue into the beginning of the manuscript. So what he does is he takes the manuscript and he goes through each chapter, and the first word of each chapter spells out the clue. And the clue reads, Lang's wife, Ruth, was recruited as a CIA agent by Professor Paul Emmett of Harvard University. So she basically planted all of this evidence on him. I still don't know what, she was recruited as a CIA agent. So she's been with this Prime Minister the whole time, like working undercover, killing the old ghostwriter because he found out what happened. And now Ian McGregor has found out the truth, okay? So the next scene, it's actually a little cool. I kind of like the next scene. He writes down that clue on a piece of paper and he writes like Ruth's name on it, Ruth Lang. And it's like a 2-minute scene nearly where people are handing the note to the next person in front of them. They're at the book launch party. So it's just shots of hands moving the note along until it gets to Ruth. She's giving like a speech, like, thank you so much for being here. My husband would have really appreciated this, blah, blah, blah. She gets the note, she reads it, and her face just like changes. She knows immediately because she knew what the old ghostwriter had found out. She had him killed, and then she looks at Ian McGregor and he's got like a glass of champagne and he like toasts her, and then he leaves. And then as he's leaving, you see him try to like hail a cab, and then he's like off screen, and then you hear a car smash into him. And then the final scene is a little pretty. Okay, we see all the pages of the manuscript being blown over into the street, and that's where the movie ends. Okay, so she still had enough influence, and I mean, she's literally a CIA agent, okay? She had enough influence to have the next ghostwriter be killed because he knew the secret, right? So it's just, okay, it's politics. It's a little, I see why it's a thriller, but I did not enjoy this. Like, I literally had such a bad time watching it. I'm so thankful it's over. Like, I'm so thankful I just sat down in one sitting and watched it. I would have hated if I had made myself like stretch it out throughout a day or 2 days. It would have been awful. But anyway, okay, so that was The Ghostwriter. Worst one of the series, worst one of the collection. I can't wait to give that 1 star on Letterboxd. Okay, the next movie I have to watch is Shutter Island. I'm so excited to rewatch this. I have seen this movie twice and I literally don't remember it. Like, I know the twist, like whatever. I feel like it's very easy to figure out the twist, honestly. Like, I knew it when I first watched it, but that's probably because it had been spoiled for me at some point, like being on the internet in the last 25 years. But I don't remember everything else that happens in the movie. Like, I don't remember how we get there. It's like 2.5 hours long, so I have like a whole 2.5 hours of new information to collect. I'm excited to get into it, so that's the next movie I'm gonna watch, the last movie of the collection. I will watch that, recap you, and then we'll do a recap of everything that I watched, give you a ranking, and we'll end the video out. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. If you're still here, like literally thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I forgot Mark Ruffalo is in this. Oh!
You have to wake up.
Go.
You have to let me go.
Wait a minute. He started asking around about Ashcliffe, waiting for a chance to get out here, and then suddenly they need a U.S. Marshal.
I got lucky. There was a patient escape. It was the perfect excuse.
No, boss. Luck doesn't work that way.
Hey y'all, I finished watching Shutter Island. I almost said The Shining. I just finished watching Shutter Island. Okay, final movie in this collection. It was so good. It's like just exactly as I remember. That movie never changes for me. It is the same movie every single time I see it. I don't get anything more out of it, and I definitely don't get anything less out of it. We have World War II vet turned U.S. Marshal Teddy, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. He has been asked to come investigate the disappearance of a young girl who has been missing from an institute that is meant for the criminally insane. So he is there with his partner, played by Mark Ruffalo. And as time goes on, as they interview people who work at this institute, people who have been admitted to this institute, there's just definitely something eerie and very suspicious going on underneath it all. Our main character, Teddy, has been plagued by these visions of his past life from before the war, during the war, and things are getting really suspicious, okay? A lot of people are starting to warn him that, hey, a lot of people that are here that have been admitted to this hospital, like, we aren't crazy. Like, we didn't start like this, okay? That's kind of how they get you, okay? It really gave vibes of American Horror Story season 2. If you know, you know. Teddy starts to feel like maybe they're trying to find a reason to keep me here. Like, maybe I should look for a way out before I'm stuck here, just like all of these other people. It has a great plot twist. It's directed by Martin Scorsese, so you know it just looks gorgeous. On screen, constantly, every frame is just wonderful to look at. The music is beautiful. It is one of the greatest progressions I've seen in this whole collection. I definitely can't say more about the movie without giving it away, so we will end that there. I'm going to give you guys now a ranking. Okay, this is an official ranking of all these movies that I watched, all 14 from my least favorite to my most favorite. In last place, which is 14th, we have The Ghostwriter. In 13th place, we have The Deep. 12th place, we have The Breaking Point. 11th place, we have Copycat. 10th place, we have Out of the Fog. 9th place, we have The Fog. 8th place is Insomnia. Right above that in 7th place is The Long Goodbye. 6th place, The Lady from Shanghai. 5th place, Shutter Island. Right above Shutter Island in 4th place is the other Leo flick, The Beach. I know, controversial, but I had such a good time watching this new Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I'm not necessarily saying It's a better movie than Shutter Island. Like, come on, how can you compare Martin Scorsese to The Beach from year 2002? But my experience overall, and the fact that it is like this coastal thriller, like The Beach was really, really fun to unravel. And I knew what was gonna happen to Shutter Island all along, okay? Getting into the final three, okay, in third place, we have Wild Things. So much fun to rewatch. I want to own this movie so I can watch it again and again. I love that ending until the day I die. In second place, we have Body Heat. This one surprised me. Okay, I did not remember much of it at all from the first time I watched it, but this rewatch was just, it was something else, okay? It literally felt like the perfect kind of movie. Like my favorite kind of movie to watch is Body Heat, honestly. Erotically thrilling, femme fatale, just like everything I love. And then in first place, you guys already know, all right, it's Key Largo. It's got to be Key Largo. Key Largo is number one on this list for me. Out of all these movies, this was the one I had the most fun watching. I love the cast. I love the bad guy. I love the bad guy so much. And honestly, out of this ranked list, numbers 1 through 10, I had a great time watching. I had a great time watching all of those. Number 11, 12, 13, and 14, not so much, just a little less. I would say there were only 2 movies out of this whole list that I really disliked. But as a whole, this collection was so much fun to watch. I'm so glad I picked it. I hope you had a great time watching this. Seriously, if you've made it to the end of this video, oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support and following me through to the end of a video. That's so cool of you. Put your thoughts down below. I want to know, which of these movies have you seen that is your favorite? Is there any movie on here you haven't seen that you're now intrigued to watch? I would love to put you on, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Seriously, if you are a returning subscriber, a returning viewer of mine, I appreciate your support so freaking much. I can never put into words how much I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for clicking on another video. You guys are amazing and I love you. If you are new to this channel, if this is the very first video you're ever seeing of me, hopefully you enjoyed it. I really hope you did. If you did enjoy and you would like to see more videos about books and movies that I consume, feel free to click that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a like. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media in the description box below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!